Retro Rock plays everything.
Hello ladies and germs, today's video is a viewer request. It is my Nintendo Switch collection. So here is my Nintendo Switch. It's not very exciting, it's really quite normal, except for the colored Joy-Cons, but that also is a standard configuration of it. I like the colored ones, I don't know, I'm weird. We will be going through my digital downloads in a little bit, but we're not going to cover those at first. Another thing to look at is my dock. I do have a dock, which, you know, comes with it as well, not surprising, but on the dock is this. This is a screen protector for the Switch. And what it does is it prevents the dock itself from scratching my screen. And they're only a few bucks, so if it really isn't doing anything too important, I didn't spend a lot, and it's nice to have the peace of mind of having one. I'll put a link to that below on Amazon. Next, let's get to some games. We've got Knights of Azure 2, which I haven't played. I do a lot of $20 pickups, I think, as somebody commented in an earlier video. And this was obviously on clearance, so I picked it up. This is some kind of adventure game. That's all I know about it. It's not a game I generally would have picked up unless it was massively on sale. We've got Minecraft Story Mode, The Complete Adventure. I think I mentioned this one before. Indeed, I have. I actually played the first episode of it on Switch and I liked it quite a bit. And I had a chance to pick it up, I think around Christmas for like 10 bucks. So I did. Eventually, I'll play it. My wife likes to chime in on these games, and so it's a nice shared experience, and that's why I grabbed it. It drives my kid nuts that I like that game, by the way. He absolutely cannot stand it. Next, we have Super Mario Odyssey. How much more boring, or, well, not, I mean, it's a great game, but how much more boring can my collection be? It's just something everybody has. One of the best Mario adventures so far, and I tend to only like 2D Mario games, but this one I've liked quite a bit. Has a lot of hidden stuff in it. Really an enjoyable game. I really do like it. And you can see that I actually do play it because it's open. Next we have Super Bomberman. I was a little bit disappointed with this one. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's very plain Jane, to be honest with you. It feels like a rush job to me. That might just be my opinion, but it isn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I've definitely played better Bomberman versions, including the one for the SNES. We'll leave that one. Poi. This is the Switch game that I bought on a Toys R Us clearance. It was the only game left. So I grabbed it just to say I bought something from Toys R Us. And I haven't played it yet. Looks kind of interesting. I'll probably eventually get to it. Probably when I retire. Next we have Has-Been Heroes. This is part of my continuing quest to just look for roguelites on the Switch. I don't think I've even played this one yet. I got it used. And it looks interesting, but again, I haven't really had time to try this one out. Maybe in the future, and I'll get a video going on it. This one I have played a lot of, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Obviously, it's a great game. I also have it on the 3DS, which is kind of weird. And I think it must crossplay onto the Wii U because I saw it on my Wii U and I was able to play it. So I assume that's because it's got some kind of crossplay enabled on it. But there it is in all of its glory. Please, guys, start giving us some manuals. This is really kind of boring packaging. Not exciting video fodder, I'll tell you that. Okay, lastly, I've got Penguin Wars, which is a remake of a NES classic. I ordered this one directly from the manufacturer. I was playing some hack of Penguin Wars, and a viewer told me, no, you got to play the original. It's really good. And guess what? I fell in love with it. This one's great. I'm doing a dedicated video on it. You'll probably see it within the next week because it's being recorded as we speak, basically. So you'll definitely see a video on this one in the near future. I really like this game. In fact, it's in the device right now. Cool stuff. All right, now to the last two things. It's not a huge collection other than the electronic stuff. We've got the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with bonus explorer's guide and map. And here is the contents of this. I will scroll over the map. It's made out of paper, but it's fairly thick and glossy. So it looks really nice. There's the back. Notice how it's got the crinkly cut edges. I don't know how exciting that is for you. Next we have the art book. Well, it's more than an art book. I'm thinking the other one. It's an explorer's guide. It actually has some data in here. Have not read it. I got this for Christmas from my wife. This game I do play regularly too. I like this game a lot. Very well done. And this one's sitting next to my bed. In fact, the actual game is, because I do play it pretty regularly. Here we go. Let's go on. I'm just going to shove this back in here. Alright, I'm not. I'll do it later. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Look at the size of this thing. It is. Can I fit it on screen? Sideways. Ha! Back up a little. There we go. Yeah, this thing's big. Can I show it on the other screen? Yeah, there we go. On the other screen, there it is. And inside is indeed an art book and the game itself. And I've played quite a bit of this. In fact, I liked it enough that I bought it for the 3DS. So it comes with a tray. It comes with a soundtrack, which is kind of weird. You know, it is 2018 or 2017 maybe when this came out. Game itself is in a tin. Very nice artwork on the tin. I like it. It's a good look. And then finally you have the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 art book, and just show you a couple things from here so they don't get all torqued off, but it's got some concept art, etc. Really nice game. This was another Christmas present from the wife. Very nice. Alright, let's go on to the digital downloads. Hey, I almost forgot about these. I've got this, which is the Pro controller for the Switch. It works really darn well. It syncs up easily and it has a good feel in the hands. So maybe some first-person shooters could come out and I could use it more. Also, I have this guy, which is the NES 30 Pro. Maybe if I held it up right. This needed a firmware update to work with the Switch, but after that it works pretty much flawlessly. Not the greatest controller on earth, but not bad if you have no other choice. Alright, so here's the games I got off of Nintendo's store. We got 9 Parchments, which is an RPG. Jotun, Valhalla Edition. Jotun, which is about the same thing. It's a top-down RPG type of thing. We'll skip that. We already showed that. Assault Gunners, which I did show a video on. It's down below. It's a mech game. It's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Mecha Storm is along the same lines as Assault Gunners. A little bit better graphics, but a little bit more action-oriented. Bomb Slinger. It's like Bomberman. It's a better version of Bomberman, in my opinion. I did do a video, and I will link it either down below or on the screen. Depends which I get to. Lost Sea is an adventure game, and it is okay. It's not anything amazing. I was into it for a little bit and then just kind of fell out. Tachyon Project, that's pretty good. It's a dual stick shooter, and it is fun. Tower of Babel. It's kind of like Nebulous meets Endless Runner. It looks a bit like Nebulous, but plays like an Endless Runner. It's pretty decent. I mean, as far as Endless Runners go, it's okay. Steamroll Heist is a side-scrolling, turn-based game. I know, that's kind of weird, right? It is kind of weird, but it's pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Neon Chrome is a dual-stick shooter, and it is excellent. Definitely worth checking out. I might have done a video on that. If I did, I'll link it up. Xeno Raid was going to be the first game I was going to do on here as a video. It is a shooter, but it's kind of it's hard to explain. You have multiple ships, and you can upgrade them, and you use like a fleet of 3 of them to go into a Galaga style type of fight, and you basically try and keep them all alive as much as humanly possible while going through these levels, and you try and upgrade them over time, make them better and better to beat different levels. It's pretty fun, but it's really kind of long-winded. It's a game. It's a shooter that you wouldn't think would take a long time to play, but it does. Oh yeah, one game I did miss, Element. This is an action RTS in space where basically you go around trying to conquer each planet. It is made to be played in really short bursts, and I would have felt really bad if I forgot about this one, so I'm sneaking this in the middle of the video. Time Recoil is also an excellent dual-stick shooter. I recommend it. If I haven't done a video on that one, I definitely will. Tiny Troopers is kind of an old game that they ported to this. It's a little bit like that old Amiga game that I used to like a lot. Oh, somebody's got to remember the name of it. I think I just talked about it recently. Darn, what is the name of that game? Oh well, I'll probably put it up on the screen because I'll remember it after this. Earth Wars is a side-scrolling shooter. It's pretty fun. It has an upgrade system as well, and decent graphics. It's fun to play. It gets a little repetitive over time, though. Ditto goes for Plague Road. They're actually, Earth Wars and Plague Road are quite a bit alike. Plague Road is a little bit more like a roguelite, but it's it's based in the Middle Ages, except with guns. It's kind of a steampunky type of game. Great graphics though, and pretty fun to play. And finally, Wonderboy is a remake of the classic game. You can even play it in the original mode. It's pretty fun. It gets pretty hard towards the end though. I almost got to the end of it because it's one of the first games I bought, and just haven't gotten around to finishing it yet. And that is it. We have made it through my collection. If you enjoyed my collection, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more. If you know any great indie games that are available for the Switch, please tell me in the comments down below. I love picking up the indie games for this. This is a great indie game platform. I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.
Retro Rocks Gaming Videos.